Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for the longest finals we can offer, so you have many time to enjoy great sport. Now we will have our 7 men's 50-meter rifle free position SH1 event. And with the first command of our CRO, we start.
Athletes to the line.
So we call for position H. And with a big applause, we welcome the shooter from China with his coach Wong Qian. Here's Qi Jie. On position G. With a big applause for the Slovakian with his coach Dusan Malinowski, his father, he is Radoslav Malinowski. Position F. He's representing France with his coach Eric Villiers. Big applause for Didier Richard. Position E. Representing Thailand with his coach Su Nanta. Here is Atiti Intanon. Position D. Welcome from the People's Republic of China with its coach Tan Xuan Renbo. Position C. With a big applause from Serbia and his coach Dragan Markovic, here is Laszlo Sulanji. Position B. Welcome also from the People's Republic of China with his coach Shen Jie. Dong Chao. Last but not least, position A. From the United Arab Emirates with his coach Ahmed Al-Belushi, here is Abdullah Sultan Al-Ariani. And here are our officials for that final. The jury member in charge for that final will be Ian Howard, Great Britain. And the most important person is standing at the table, our Chief Range Officer, Christian Bailly. And he makes himself ready for the first command.
Take your positions.
That means 3 minutes time for the athletes to prepare.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Robert Ferenczak, and with me again is
Izzy Bailey.
Welcome, Izzy. So we are now in R7 men's 50-meter rifle free position SH1 final, and Izzy here, she's a pistol athlete, so she will give us outside view of this final, how pistol athletes will see this final through the eyes of the TV camera, and also we hope we will have some her thoughts during this final. And this will be quite long final, and we can expect a lot of moving on the ranking because there are more positions. So athletes will start in kneeling, then will continue in prone, and at last they will finish in standing position, which will decide the ranking. So there will be a lot of changeovers on the scoring and all on the ranking, and also during the changeover time athletes must redo their equipment, prepare for the next position, and also shoot some sighting shots. So very interesting final in front of us, and remind you and warn you, it will take more than 20 minutes.
Yeah. Yep, like you said, Robbie, I'm a pistol shooter, and this is a rifle final, and the 3-position rifle match and final, they're known as, it's the marathon event. You know, it's 40 shots in 3 different positions for the qualification, and the final, again, all 3 positions must be shot. So we're going to be here a long time.
Yeah, but it will be interesting time. So we will see now. We see athletes are in kneeling position. We can see some finer adjusting before they start sighting in the taker position time. So let me remind you that athletes who are shooting kneeling, they have a special block on the table which simulate the knee of an athlete. So they have to fire from a 10 centimeter diameter block on their table, the athletes who shoot kneeling from the table, and the others who shoot from the body, they have to lean. So now we can see the kneeling block on the Radosov table. It's the round block. So he has to use this support for kneeling in his position.
Yeah, is it so in kneeling, one arm is supported and one arm is free?
Yes, yeah. It's like able-body kneeling position.
Yeah.
You have your elbow on the knee, and here we have a kneeling block, which is artificial knee in this case. So it is demanding, and we can see how the coach adjusts his position. Also now is the better view of the kneeling block. View. Yeah. So it will be interesting to see, because kneeling is quite demanding position.
Yes.
The strongest position of all probably is prone, because it's the most stable one, and the position which will decide at the end is standing. Standing is the most demanding position, and like in able-body shooting, also in para-shooting, the standing position will at the end give us all answers we want, and we can expect big movements on the ranking because it is demanding. But in this final we have Alariani Abdullah Sultan, who won gold medal in Tokyo Paralympics in this discipline, and also Shurani Laszlo, who won silver. So it is really now top-class athletes we have here in the final, and we accept really interesting battles.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got some very competitive athletes here, and Radoslav Malinowski has had a very successful competition so far. I think 2 individual bronzes and a team gold currently with his partner in the mixed pairs. So we know he's shooting well. Again, 3 Chinese athletes in here in this final. They've brought a very strong team with them to this event.
Yeah, they come with very strong team, and also with big number of athletes, which is very nice to have full China team here. Also, we can speak the same about Team India. They also brought a lot of athletes here. And we must not forget French athletes, Richard Didier. He's here, he has support of his teammates, of the audience here. And with this nice vibration from this range, shooting at home, we should also look at him, because he can also take the medal.
Yep, very experienced athlete, again on his home range with support of the French team here, who brought again a big squad. Yeah, it's going to be a close final, I think. But like you said earlier, you know, the final position in which the athletes will shoot is standing, and it's normally the strongest standing shooters that will triumph in the end in this event.
But they must not go too much behind in the prone or in the kneeling, because if you go too low in the prone and kneeling, then you have a lot to catch up in standing. And here, again, they are all quite good at standing, so we cannot expect to overcome big differences on the ranking. If you go 4 points behind, you have problems in standing then. So now we are in sighting. Long match. We'll start with 3 series of 5 shots in kneeling. Then we will have changeover time. Athletes will change the equipment from kneeling to prone. We have again 3 series of 5 shots in prone position. And then again change over to standing. In standing we will have 2 series of 5 shots, and after these 2 series, athletes ranked 7 and 8 will leave the final, and then after every single shot, we have 5 more shots, we'll get lowest ranking athlete out of this competition. So it will be very interesting, and by the end, for gold medal, we will have only 1 shot to decide gold medal. We are now with Abdullah Sultan Alariani, silver medalist from Tokyo, from Rio, sorry, and gold from Tokyo. He's a very interesting athlete. He's always so calm he's like a little bit distance from everybody else, but he's really good athlete. He puts a big effort to shooting, and he is also superstar of this sport.
Yeah, he's. I think he leads his team like in a very strong position. The UAE have a lot of athletes here, a lot of strong shooters, but he is sort of team leader for them. A big inspiration.
Yeah, he is, I think, the most successful from UAE, and also they also brought a lot of athletes here. We remember the finals before when we have in mixed team, UAE took 2 medals in SH2. Gold and bronze, I think, so very good shooting from them.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, we mentioned that Didier Richard has a great supporting team of French athletes and staff here, but the UAE also down the front there in force to support Sultan Abdullah.
Yeah, it is very interesting to see all teams supporting their athletes, and very nice, and it will give you goosebumps when the whole team is behind you there in the finals range. It really gives you additional motivation.
Yeah, I watched the
30 seconds.
I watched the men's air gun final this morning, the pistol, and the Turkish team supporting Karagol.
Yeah.
It was so loud, and he really gained from that confidence, and he was so pleased with the bronze medal at the end there.
Yeah.
It was fantastic shooting from him.
It was very interesting because it looked like Karagol is the happiest man there, because gold and silver were so focused on their shooting. After the final was finished, they couldn't even smile.
Yeah.
Only Karagol was smiling and waving with bronze medal. So now sighting is finished. We are now with the coaches. They all looked a little bit worried on the first eye. So it will be long final, and they know they have to be in the changeover time. We'll speak about changeover time a little bit later, which will also be interesting because they have to change a lot of the equipment during that, the sights, the position of the wheelchairs and everything. So kneeling, and we'll see who will start the best, and slowly we will see how do they feel in this final.
It's interesting, as you can see all the athletes on the screen there, some of them have a very more forward position. They're leaning into the rifle, leaning like more forward, and some of them tend to lean a little bit back and rest back into the chair. The different positions are interesting to see how athletes gain stability.
Yeah, but this is just depending of their abilities to move, and also about their position. It's the same in the kneeling. In the able-bodied, we have some athletes who has really, now I think we have Petar Gorsha and also Raymond Debevec, the legend of the shooting sports. They shoot with so high front sights, and it's really interesting to see because the sights are almost 10 centimeters of the barrel. Because of their position is so different than others. And here we are with Sultan. He's really low. He takes his arm and rifle from front.
Yeah, like you said, the athletes here have different levels of core strength and core ability. So some will have full use of their core, and others will have reduced use of the core muscles and would therefore use a backrest and a chair, and others are not allowed this support.
Yes, and that's why we have also minimum backrest height in the rifle and pistol shooting. With this, we can explain to our audience, athletes have support of their spine, of their back, but this support is, how should we say, it is given to them by the visible height of the back, which must be over the seat. So every athlete on the back has a mark, and his rest must be below this mark. With this visible height, we somehow, with the classification, want to give all of them the same abilities to shoot with the same conditions. So this visible free back height is some kind of how do you say, ruler, so everybody is the same as much as possible.
It tries to make a level playing field depending on the core function that you have.
Yes.
Yeah, depends on also on your height as how much backrest you can have. But here we have, after the first 5 shots.
Yeah, your favorite, Radoslav Malinovsky, is quite high now.
It's close.
Yeah, it's very close.
Very close.
Zhu, Malinovsky and Richard are in 0.1 point on the top.
Top 4 separated by only 0.8.
Yes.
It's a close final so far, but a long way to go.
Yeah. but it will be quite fast because series is only 200 seconds for 5 shots in kneeling position. It's faster than standing, so
it's quick.
It will move quickly.
It will.
Yeah, we are now with French athlete Didier Richard.
So, who do you think?
Who I think?
Who's your money on if you were a betting man?
Oh, I don't know. It's hard because, as we can say, in qualification, Chinese athlete Dong Chao had the best score, and he was quite in front of everybody with 1,166 points. Second place was Shurani with 1,159, and then was Malinowski with 56, and in Tanon with 55, and then Alariani on 6th place was quite below with 45. So we had quite some differences in the score, and according to qualification, I would give advantage to Chinese guy because he showed very well in qualification. But final will be totally different story. It's the pressure, it's the final. You must not make any mistakes in final. So this will be interesting. Maybe I would say, okay, Alariani has won 2 medals in 2 Olympic Games. In this discipline, he has the experience. Maybe I would play on his experience card.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the targets here, Laszlo Soriani from Serbia is shooting fantastic groups. His previous 5 shots, the group was slightly high right, but he seems to have centered it now, and he's shooting very well, moving up the leaderboard, and has just moved into first place currently after 9 shots.
Yeah, very good shooting.
Very
Looks
good
like he will be over 52, which is great score for kneeling. Yeah, 52.4 for Shurani, very good
strong
score. Yeah.
Stop.
And Didier also jumped on the ranking now. He's second, only 0.3 behind Shurani, also with high score 51.4. But this score from Shurani was really great, 52.4. It's very good score for kneeling in this position.
Oh yeah, you see the leaderboard change a lot there.
And we didn't mention one more thing from Zul in Germany in 2014. Alariani Abdullah Sultan is also qualification world record holder, and his world record was 1,175. So today they were quite below the world record, but again the score was quite high, and we are already in third kneeling series now, and after that we have changeover time. Okay, so we check now how Shurani will do in this next series. Normally when you have very good series, sometimes you fall down a little bit because it's too good.
Yeah, he's very experienced though. He'll be used to the pressure of a final, he'll be used to the emotions that come with that. So if anyone can fight that, I reckon it would be Laszlo.
Yeah, but we have in Tanon from Thailand, he didn't start so well in this in kneeling position. We see his score is quite lower than others. So final gets to your nerves probably. It scratch your hand from the back. You must make no mistakes. You are in the final. So it's really hard, and sometimes athletes needs also outside help in the preparations and training how to cope with this pressure in finals.
Yeah, a lot of psychological support and psychological work will go into to finals training. But again, the more finals you shoot, the more used you are to dealing with these emotions. And all of these guys will have shot plenty of finals. The only athlete in this final that I haven't seen much of is Intanon from Thailand.
Yeah.
The rest of them,
I think also
usual names.
I didn't see him before, so he's showing that he was not so often in the finals by his score. Malinowski didn't start so well in this third series. He shot 29.9 in 3 shots, which is not so good. Shurani is again sky-high shooting with very good score. It's 41.8 now for him. And Didier also is shooting very nice. He shot 50.0. Nice score for him. He's now solid on second place. And it will be very interesting further when we start. And 0.1 different from Zhu on third place. Malinowski is a little bit behind. He must make a little bit more effort. But probably...
his group has moved slightly high left. You're in a good group, so...
Stop and load. 7 minutes. Change over. And starting time. Start.
Okay, we have to mention one thing. Athletes must not start changeover before the command changeover time. If they start before, they will be penalized by a warning card, and coaches